Hi there guys, Farmer Bob here. Great to be back, man. Always nice to make videos, guys. One of my favorite things to do. Sit back with you and relax and just explore a few things, stuff that we all wonder about. So with FS 25, there's a lot of new challenges and stuff that we need to learn. So let's dive in and experience it all together. That's the way I make my videos, is we tackle a subject and we learn together, and sometimes I'm a bit, do it this way and then it doesn't work, and then we try another way and then that doesn't work, and then we try another way and then that works, and then we all learn together. So yes. Anyway guys, if this is the first time that you stumble on my channel, a warm welcome to you. Great to have you here. And thanks for watching, and thanks for subscribing, and also liking the stuff. Liking the videos does help. Anyway, guys, so the video for today, we're going to have a look at silage clamps, or silage, silage stuff. The silage, now I'm thinking of the name for it. Can you believe it? I think it's called silage whatever. Yeah, we're going to dive into that and see how that works in FS25. So let's jump in there right away and find ourselves one of the silage pits. Or I think it's called a silage pit. I'm not too sure. Oh yeah, English is not my strong language, so I try my best, guys. Believe me, I try my best. Okay, placeables. So it's in the in-game installation, placeables, and then let's look around for silage pits. I think it's under brandless. Bunkersilos. It's a bunker. A bunker. I always think when I think of a bunker, you think of something that you dive into when there's a bomb or something. It's like a bunker where you hide away. So I suppose you can call it a bunker because you hide your little silage pits away. I'll better just put my Discord off because it's gonna be annoying if this thing bings in the background all the time. All right, so bunker silos. There normally is 3 or 4 of them. I see 3 of them, like normal, small, medium, and large. And let's just dive into a map. Open another window. In my mods folder, let's use my flat empty map for fun. And let's install a silage pit in there. So I first want to just open or import one of those silage pits and see what they look like. And normally you can obviously use this in 2 ways. I've already made videos on how to install placeables. I made 2 videos, so you can watch both of those in my Farming Simulator 25 map making playlist. So just go in there into my playlist and select one of those 2 placeable videos, and you will find the different ways how to install placeables. All right, so we're going to explore this together and have a look. So for first, let's have a check. There's a little lonely farm silo, so let's just put the bunker next to him. So file import, that's where we start. Go into Farming Simulator 25, your installation, data, placeables, brandless, and then bunker silos. All right, so straightforward so far. Let's do the medium. They're all the same, doesn't matter which one you import. Control B, and I'm going to drop it down here, and lo and behold, there is a bunker silo. All right, so we know it works fairly same, but this is the manual way of doing things, so you won't do it this way. I'm just looking at what it looks like in the map. So now I'm going to show you how to do it. Let's do the 2 ways of installing it. So the first one is using the toolkit, which is the nicest, easiest one. It should be easy, so let's just see if it works. Let's just get to the point and see if it works. So we go window, let's go window, scripts, shared, and then map, placeables, toolkit. All right, and then import the create placeable import. But before you do that, do verify that this file here links to this map of yours config folder. So let us go in there. So you select that, go into your map. Always just check that, always verify. I found myself a few times, then I've written things into the in-game folders. That is a very can I say, almost dangerous thing that you can overwrite the in-game placeables. I'm sure there's still stuff in my placeable. Let's have a quick look. I think I might have forgotten to drop that out of there. Let's have a quick browse into my data, place maps, map US, config, placeables, just for fun, guys, because that's what happens. Stable. Okay, so that wasn't me. I'm like serious. It wasn't me. Config. Placeables. Just go to the bottom because it always adds it at the bottom. Lime station. Okay, that definitely wasn't me. Alright, so yeah, it looks like I've deleted it. I had enough savvy to realize, oh, it's not in my placeable. So when you write this thing to your map, I just want to close this again. We can get back to it. When you write this thing to your map, if it doesn't appear in your map's placeable at the bottom, then you know it has been writing it to another place. So then you must verify. Always just verify this. It's a few clicks, guys, just to verify. It's a very important tip there. So you go into your map, find your map's placeables.xml and just double click that, and there you go. Now your placeables XML is set up here, and whatever you put in here is going to appear in the correct spot. Now, I'm going to say this once again, one placeable at a time. Don't do more than one placeable here. Okay, so do one placeable, go out, save it, and then come back in if you want to do another placeable. All right, so just one at a time, guys. Otherwise, it's not going to work correctly. So just keep it simple and easy. All right, so import. So we're going to go to the imported one. And we're going to go into Farming Simulator 25, there where we've just been, placeables, brandless, and then Bunkersilos. There it is. And we want to do the medium. So you double click on the XML, and it should prop it for you in the map. And now, before you do anything else, position it where you want it. Sorry, I must now just move this out of the way. I'm going to minimize this so I can click the bunker, Control B, and I'm going to place this now wherever I want to move it to. Rotate it around, set it up, make sure you've got everything that you want in the right spot. It looks to me that it places it a bit underground, so I'm going to just... It doesn't have a bottom. That's very interesting. That is strange that it doesn't have a bottom. Control B. I'm just going to drop it down on the ground, and then let's just see what happens. All right. So now going back to my placeable toolkit. So I'm happy now with where I've put it. I'm going to put some concrete in the bottom just for the fun of it. Let's just first finish the placeable toolkit. All right. So now that you've placed it, you come back to the toolkit. When you minimize it, it goes sit here at the bottom left. All right. So just click here on the restore up, and then there it is. And then you can say, make sure your console is open so you can see what's happening here. So I'm going to say validate. All right. The following placeable is not part of the map anymore. Okay. Obviously, I've had some stuff in the map which I've removed. So I'm going to go say, do you want to remove? I say, yes, please. So I'm going to say yes to all of those. And then it says here, validation finished. All right. And now when I close this, look at what's happening. Do you want to save? Now it's going to write this XML data for this boyki into my placeables.xml. Do you see there? It gives you the directory, empty flat map config placeable. So you say yes there. You must say yes, because then it's going to write it in there for you. So now if I go to my map, flat map config placeables, you'll find that at the very bottom of it, look there. There's your Bunkersilo, all done. You don't have to do anything else. Just leave it there as is and fine. So what I do with all my stuff in my map, here in the map, I'm just going to make everything a bit smaller so we can work. We're not working with terrain stuff, so we can there. What I do on my my maps or the maps that I'm busy working on, I create another transform in my map folder called pre-placed. Then you just drop all your pre-placed stuff in that transform group, so it's create transform group, double click it and type pre-placed. it doesn't matter what you call it. I like to just call it pre-placed because that's what it is, you know. And then you just select all the stuff that you've placed in your map, drop it in there, and there it is, you see. And now I can take that and drop it into my map. There it is, all right, pre-placed. So they'll be there. Okay, save your map, very important. Don't go and test without saving. All right, so once it's saved, let's go in game and check it out. So it will be interesting to see now. So this is the one way of installing the Bunkersilo. I would actually love to test this. I'm not going to waste your time in this video to test it, because it's just funny to me that this thing doesn't have a bottom. Because what's going to happen, maybe stuff is different now with the ground collision and all of that, you know, in FS25. Because there is a lot of changes on ground, you know. So it is possible that collision has changed. Career, empty in there. I have to now go to my, yes, this one, my normal start map. So let's go start up there. So, so that is just the first way of using the toolkit to drop your Bunkersilo. Now, I've got my console up here, so I can see my log going by. It's logging everything that's loading your map. And what I can do now, I'm gonna just take this log out of the way for now. And let's just go into the map and verify if it's loaded our just get this thing out of the way. There you go. So now I'm bringing my console up, and then I'm going to go page up and go through this thing. Normally your placeables will be here at the very last piece of what it's loading, you know, so it shouldn't be too far. Okay, there you go. Placeables, custom, lime, okay, rock mission flag, selling station generic. I might have missed it already. Okay, anyways, we'll come back to that later on. I don't see any errors. If you pass by the whole thing, if you see any yellows or any reds, then you know there's a problem. The yellows there is just normal game stuff. So I'm just going to run through to the top to make sure that there's no errors. All right, so yeah, there's no errors. So that was just the folders that are unzipped. And now, what we can do now is find that Bunkersilo, and you will see it should be here. What's that? That's the lime station. This is this visit, and then normally your Bunkersilos do not have an icon, so they're not really. They don't have an icon on the map that you can select and visit. But it has collision. I've just ran into it, so it tells me that this is definitely a working Bunkersilo. Great. So now, a big tip to you guys. What you can do, normally, if you want this Bunkersilo to be owned by a farm or a particular farm, just save your map here, right here. Just save it like that. Quit, and yes, let's go out. And then we're going to go to that save game. And I'm going to show you now the difference. Once you've saved your map, what your save game looks like. Let's go in here, and then we go to there, and then save game 1, and then placeables. Have a look at this now. The difference now between that one that was placed. Placeables. Pre-placed. There it is. Bunkersilo. Interesting that it loaded it up there. But anyway, there it is. And here you can now see it's got a lot of different stuff. And it's got a farm ID. All right. So I would suggest if you want to have this, to customize the placeable of the Bunkersilo. In other words, if you want to give it a farm ID, for multiplayer use and that kind of stuff, then this is the way to do it. Now you just copy that into your placeable, and just overwrite this one here. You can see this is 778A0, just to give you an idea. Control V, I'll bring it in, and you can see 778A0. So it's exactly the same placeable. All right, so that is done and dusted, the one way of placing the Bunkersilo. Now I'm going to show you the other way of doing it. All right, so what we're going to do now is take one of those Bunkersilos, config, that's our flat map. This is the save game, that is the in game. So let's take the large one, and we're going to grab the XML here. Have a look at the XML and see if it says show in store. You see, it doesn't have a show in store or anything. So I'm not too sure if you can buy this Bunkersilo in game, but we're going to force it to buy in game. All right, so take this XML, copy it, Control C, drop it into your map folder, anywhere in your map folder. I'm just going to put it in config folder. It shouldn't be in here because it's not really a config, but I'm just going to drop it here for now, just so that we know where it is. And then we can edit it. All right. So what we want to do is grab, what else have I got? Have I got any? I've got a Lime Station in here. Show in store, there it is, can be sold. All right, that 2 lines you want to copy from any other placeables XML that you can find. Just go through them until you find one that says can be sold and show in store. So you copy those 2 lines and drop it in here, anywhere in your XML for that Bunkersilo. All right, so now we will be able to see this thing in store, but now we want to tell our map that we want to buy this thing in the store. This is just the XML, but we need to tell the map that this specific XML, we want to access it in the store. So here you can see all the i3D data, as well as the icon and image and all of that links back to the game. So we don't worry about that. We just want to have this thing available in store. All right. So what we're going to do then is open your maps moddesk file, like so. And in the store items section, if you do not have a store items section in your moddesk file of your map, create one for yourself. All right. Store item, and then put the lines in there from any other store item section, just a line so you can copy. All right. So you can, if you don't have one, I can quickly show you in your maps config, or in the in-game maps config file, any of the in-game maps, you will find the store items XML. All right. So you copy here, just copy that first lines like that. Control C, go to your moddesk. All right. I'm going to just show you here above how to do it. I'm going to delete this again because obviously I don't want double in there. Control V to paste it. Chuck out that stuff out of there. Take the first store item section, Control C, copy it, put it underneath, Control V, and then here between the S and the smaller than, just put a / like that. All right, so there's your store item section built, and now you can edit this here for what we want. So what we want to do now is take the line for that XML and put it in there. So in our maps config, we have the where is it now? The Bunkersilo. There it is, Bunkersilo large. So click once on it, and then after about a second, click again. It will give you that. Control C, copy it back into our moddesk file, and then double click your last bit of the XML. It will, and Control V to paste it. So it will overwrite that set up there. And then we need to work from our map folder. So in other words, this is our map folder. And then we've got the config folder, and that is where it is. I've put it in here. So wherever you've put it from your map folder, everything behind it, just click in the blank space on top. It will give you the directory. So we want to take from the back, click here in the back, and then scroll back and copy whatever directory you have here up to your map directory. Do not copy your map directory, only the folders after your map directory. So Control C, back into our moddesk, and overwrite everything here up to the last forward slash and Control V to paste. Alright, so you don't have anything in front here. It's just the name of your folder structure up to the XML. So now we're telling the store items that there's a XML here in our map that we want to load into the game to be buyable, to be purchasable in the store. Alright, so this is what we've done now. And now as simple as go into the game, open up the game, open your map in game, and I'll show you the rest is very simple and easy. So now, while we're waiting for that, I want to go into this Bunkersilo and just see where it stores it. Under brush, it's a placeable, buildings, silos, that's where they store it. Alright, now it might be to my surprise that we open the silos and lo and behold there's all the Bunkersilos there. So this whole few 5 minutes of stuff that we've done was unnecessary, you know, so who knows. we'll check it out just now. So I'm going to delete that previous save game, open up a new one, start map, and then go in there. Make sure you load your map, and then what we're going to do is obviously buy that Bunkersilo. Hope I've got enough bucks, but luckily I've got some tools that can organize some money for us. Or we can take a loan if it's needed. But we'll check it out. Awesome, man. Awesome. All right, guys. So here we go. All right. Into that. Right. Purchase. So we press P into our construction stuff and bobs, and then into silos, they said. Yep, as I said, there's all the silos, so we didn't need to do the store items, but here is the one that we have added anyways, you know, so it's the same thing as that one there. You can see the price is the same. Alright, and you can see here, when I hover on it, it says here, Farmer Bob's start map, you see, so it's part of the map. So whatever placeable you are working with, you can do the same trick on it. Alright, not enough money. So this thing is 120 grand. My gosh. Alright, so in here, just going to quickly add some money. Let's just add a lot. Doesn't really matter. And then we can buy it. Now, once again, you want to move it about. And this one, because it's placed by the XML, it gives you a border. That's what I wanted to do for the previous one, is just paint down some concrete or whatever under it. It's got no functionality, it's just texture. Alright, so you can move this about using, how do you move this about? It is with the right button. Okay, yeah, I see. This things can only move 90 degree intervals. Alright. So there's no in between, unfortunately. Alright, doesn't matter. We've bought it, and then just save it, you know. Save the game. Same drill once again. Nothing changes there. And then we're going to go back into our map and actually just, or into the placeable first. Now, do I still have that placeable? Save game 1. Yes, I do. And it's going to ask me to reload. I'm going to say yes. And then at the very bottom, you should find Bunkersilo Large. There it is. It's the large one we've bought, right, from the empty flat map. So you copy this 3 lines, Control C, and how you know which ones to copy is just click on the first placeable, and then you see the last purple thing. Sometimes there's the lot, you know, like there. So you just always need to make sure you copy everything. Control C. Back into our map. I'm going to put it below this one. Press home. Make a few more lines. Paste. Control V. There we go. Now, you do not want your thing to look like this. This is totally crazy to have it like with the mod name. Because the very moment something changes in your mod name, it is totally ridiculous. And then the modder, something changes there, and then you have XML that's not working. Alright, so I'm going to show you, just delete this whole rigmarole they've got in here. Delete that out like that. Alright, and then the modder, double click on that and make it mapder instead of modder. Alright, and then after the dollar, a forward slash like that, and then delete this ridiculous map name that they've got in there. Just delete it, and there you go. Now your thing is sorted out correctly. I don't know why they didn't do it from the start this way, then it would have been great. So we've got a farm ID there for it. Great, everything is working fine. You can see everything is exactly the same as this here on top. It's just this one now has position data with it. Because we've bought it in game for some reason, it's got position data now with it. The age and price you can delete if you want. You don't need that in cluttering up your XML, but you can leave it in as well. It's no sweat off your brow, so just leave it in if you want. If you don't like it in there, like me, I don't like it in there, just delete it. Alright, so save up. Now this is already in our Modesk file in the store items. If for some reason you do your Bunkersilo and it does not show up, and it gives you a error in the game when you start and you see your Bunkersilo is not there, and you go and verify the lock and there's anything about store items, then all you do is what I've already explained in your Modesk file. Set a line for it in your Modesk store. Oh, I've actually got 2 store items now. Oh my word. Okay, I should not have 2 store items. It's actually amazing that there were no errors, So just to have 1 store item, guys. I don't know why I've got 2, but anyway, it's actually crazy amazing that it didn't chuck out my map. Because normally if you have got a Modesk error, your map won't load, So yeah. Anyway, so you put this line in for your placeable and put it like I've already showed, and save your XML, the Modesk, and that's fine. Do not load stuff in your store items XML. I've found in the past some things work and others don't. Always just put all your store item stuff in your Modesk file in this section here, and I guarantee you there will never be a problem unless you make mistakes here. And another thing again to note, when you work out of the in-game folders, there must be the dollar in front in this Modesk. When you work in your map folder, it's just the folder hierarchy after your map name. Alright, so that's the Modesk. When you're in your placeables, it's exactly the other way around. So here, when you put something on the in-game folders, there will be no dollar sign. And when you are in your map folder, there will be dollar map to dollar. It is crazy, guys, I know, but that's the way Giants' heads work, and they just never fix that. It's always been confusing, but just know it, that is the way it works. Very important, guys. So if you pull anything from the in-game map, it must have the dollar in front. Otherwise, you get an invalid the store items not loaded error. It will stay there until you fix this little dollar there in front. And then on this side again, if you put a placeable with the dollar in front and it's on the in-game folders, it will not work, guys. It will just not load your thing, and it will give you a can't find this XML file or whatever, So yeah, that's just how Giants has done it, and they just are not going to change it by the looks of it. I mean, we're on Farming Simulator 25 already, and it's still the same old thing, driving us nuts. Anyway, it's there, and we'll just work around it, learn to live with it. So sort it out, just do it correctly, and you won't have a problem. Okay, so now you want to now pull this thing into your map, obviously, and now it's just in reverse order. So we're going to go file import first, and we've done the big one this time. So into the in-game installation or the game installation, silo large, and drop it into, this time it's not a pre-placed, or mind you, it was a pre-placed, but this is now manual. So we want to take this thing, drop it into the placeholders, what you call it, transform group. And what this placeholders is it has a attribute on it, a script callback, and that's just a transform that ignores whatever you put in it. So this, what you put in here, is just for placement in your map, so you can see it in your map while you're busy editing your map and building your map, and so that you know it's there. So you import it into there, move it in there, and all will be well. All right. To get that user attribute for the placeholders transform, just go in here at the script creator, is on create, small letters, with a capital C like that. Go to script callback and click add. All right. I don't know what's going to happen if I click add, but I'm not going to click add. So once you click add, it will give you on create here on top with a blank here. And then you type in exactly as I have it here. Placeholders with a capital P, dot on create, the same as you've spelled it here. And just leave it like that. You can hit enter on it. It doesn't matter. But that is the way it is. So I just want to get rid of this annoying NVIDIA control panel thing that pops up there when you open your map sometimes. Anyway, so now it's in there. We can save the map or not. We haven't placed it yet. So we want to reverse now the process. So grab our positioning data that's now very lovely and wonderful given to us here. So highlight the whole of the placeable or everything in between the inverted commas. Control C, just copy it. Select your Bunkersilo. Come here to the transform attributes and click the first line. Hold Control Shift and V for Victor, and it will drop all three in there for you. So do the same with the rotation. All right, so the rotation is 0. In my case, Control C. But if you've moved the thing about, just do the same. The first one, select Control Shift and V, and it will drop all three in there for you. And now, if I now click on the silo and I press F, it will take me to the silo. And lo and behold, there it is. Exactly where I've placed it in the map. All right, same spot or in the game. And now I've done a reverse of that, and it can stay in here, and I can now paint around it and make some bushes around it, you know, just make everything nice around the little thingamabob. I'm going to just put some flowers here and there, you know, and make it nice, you know. Put some ground textures around the thingamabob. Asphalt is normally not the thing. Normally just concrete, and I'm just going to paste some concrete in there as it will happen in game. And remember, when you do it this way, the game will not do the concrete for you. Alright, so this placeable, you have to do your own concrete if you do it this way. Even if you do the placeable toolkit, it doesn't drop your concrete, so you still have to paint your own concrete. It's only in game where it gives you concrete. Why? Because this doesn't load the XML. It doesn't place the XML. It places the i3D in your map. But the game uses the XML, and have a look at what it shows you here in the XML. It will tell the game what it wants ground type around. You see, when you level, it tells it put concrete around the placeable. That's why the game loads the XML and it checks the XML, and XML tells it put concrete for me around it, you know. So there you go. You can even come in here if you've done the custom like I've done. You can tell it to put whatever you want there, you know. So just select the type of ground texture that you want in there. Great, so there you go, guys. This is now the Bunkersilo placeable, all sorted and done and dusted. And I hope I've sorted out a few errors for you there. And once you've done with that all, you can save it and it will be in game. You can be sure of that. But just to just make sure that you've saved all your XMLs, because it's important not to forget your XMLs. And how many times I've gone into the game checking my map and the changes that I've made, and then stuff isn't there, and then I feel, what is going on here? And I go back into Notepad, and lo and behold, God forgot to save the XML, you know. Now you have to reload the whole entire map, and just waste a lot of time, and all that kind of nice things, you know. But that's part of life, guys. We live and learn, I always say. Just for now, I'm going to delete that once again. And just grab that one there. Start map. No. And let's go and check. So we now should have the Bunkersilo way down there by the cow barn. I think we placed it next to the cow barn, if I'm correct. We'll have a look now. And that should be the end of the story there. Hopefully. Let's hope. Okay, confirm. Right, so here we go. There should be a Bunkersilo here somewhere. There it is. Right here with the flowers and the concrete that I've painted. Okay. So if I walk in here and I press F1, I can see my tools here. And there you can see full lever chuff 0, compacting everything. That tells you immediately that the Bunkersilo is working. If you don't see that, you can know that there's a problem, and you're going to have, if you don't see your Bunkersilo, or you see your Bunkersilo and you don't see the trigger working. This is the trigger working, guys. So if you don't see the trigger working, open your log, go and search for problems. You will definitely have a store items problem there, and then verify your spelling, guys. Do not put backslashes, put forward slashes in your directory structures. And as I said, do not put the dollar in the placeables, and put the dollar in the mod desk under the store items. You need the dollar there. Alright, so yeah, that's the most tips I can give for this session, and hopefully it has helped you a bit along with Bunkersilos and sorting them out and how to use them and how to place them and all that kind of nice things. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate everyone's comments and everyone's friendship. I really appreciate you guys, and a big huge thank you obviously to all my Patreons. If you haven't considered supporting me yet on Patreon, I do appreciate that very much. Jump on there, give me some friendship there from Patreon. I would appreciate that. Thank you so much, guys. Have an awesome, fantastic week. Take care, man. I'll catch you on the next one.